So the Nomu character card previews are finally out, and to be honest, he seems a lot more interesting than I thought. So I'm going to be talking about Nomu and some of the cards that we've seen in today's video. But guys, you guys are watching Some For All, a place where you guys can watch some My Hero Academia CCG videos for all of you amazing people around the world. My name is Ryan, and like I said, we're going to be talking about Nomu today. But before we get into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already hit that like button, because your boy's dropping a ton of My Hero Academia content as the game is getting close to the release. So as we see on the screen here, Nomu has a hand size of 5, so lower hand size, but he has a vitality, he has a health pool of 35. So this is the most health that we've seen so far in the My Hero Academia CCG only format. So he has 2 abilities. His first is a response. Commit 1 foundation as a cost. Before the damage step of this unblocked attack, reduce its damage to 6. So not too bad, right? Because you can have the ability to kind of withstand your opponent's onslaught if they're really trying to beef up their attacks. You know, Nomu is a very sturdy character. He's a very sturdy, I was gonna say a very sturdy guy, but I mean, like, look at him. He's, sadly, I don't think we can call him just a person anymore, guy anymore, because he's just a abomination of things at this point. But with that being said, his second ability, his enhance, your non-throw attacks get a damage bonus equal to its printed difficulty. So you get its base damage, whatever it is on the card, and then whatever the difficulty is of the card, you add that to the damage. So you could do some amazing stuff with Nomu. I think that this is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and talk about some of his other stuff. Berserker Blow and Gale Force Punch. Definitely some interesting cards here now. Berserker Blow has 2 effects, an enhance and a deadlock enhance. So the enhance ability is you destroy 1 foundation. If this attack is not blocked, destroy 1 rival foundation. So it kind of forces your opponent to block, and when you're playing Nomu, I'm assuming since you have a lot of heavy hitting attacks, your opponent's going to typically want to block your attacks, because if not, they're going to be taking a ton of damage. So if this attack is not blocked, destroy 1 of your opponent's foundations, so at least you're able to hit their foundations in that way. But it's also really nice because if your character card is Nomu, which it is going to be in this type of deck if you're playing it, then you build a top card of your deck face down, so you kind of are able to destroy 1 of your rivals' foundations, but then also build up 1 of your own, and obviously it's not committed, so you're able to utilize that for any other checks going forward. And then the deadlock enhance, you could just straight up destroy 2 of your opponent's foundations, which is pretty cool. Now, Gale Force Punch is actually pretty interesting with 2 enhances. The first enhance is if you have fewer foundations than your rival, destroy 1 rival foundation. So I feel like with Nomu, how he's going to be playing out, that's going to happen quite often. But the second enhance, you lose 3 health. Now remember, Nomu has a ton of health. He has 35 he starts with. So you lose 3 health. Your next Fury or Punch attack, which is pretty much every attack that Nomu has, gets plus 5 damage. Now, imagine a world where you're able to use Gale Force Punch, and now your next attack deals plus 5 damage. And let's just go ahead and say Berserker Blow is that attack. That goes up to 11, and Berserker Blow's printed difficulty is 5. So you add 5 to 11, you have a Berserker Blow of 16. Now, they're definitely going to want to block, so you're not going to be able to use your first enhance, because if this attack is blocked, then obviously that's when it works, right? But when you're doing 16 damage in 1 hit, and it's a low, your opponent is most likely going to want to block, right? Gale Force Punch is actually really good too, because it has a speed of 6 and 6 damage, but one thing is its difficulty is a 6 to play, which is pretty expensive, but then its control check modifier is a 2, which is pretty dangerous. It would suck if you're doing a control check and you hit that, then you have to commit a ton of your foundations to be able to actually play it, especially as you go through progressive difficulty, right? So, and after you use Gale Force Punch, you're going to want to play another card after that, so it's only going to get even more difficult after. So it's a little bit of a drawback. So the next card that I quickly want to go over is Merciless Rush. I actually think that this card is pretty damn good, right? So it has a difficulty of 5, control check of 3, so you know, it's kind of meh. But it's a low block with a block modifier of 1. It's a high attack with a speed of 4 or 5 damage, right? Keep in mind, of course, we have Nomu's effect, so we can essentially make it 10 damage since it has a printed difficulty of 5. With that being said, it also has an EX enhance. And what an EX enhance is, you discard one or more momentum. This attack gets plus X speed for each momentum used to play to cost this ability. So you can discard 2 of your momentum and boost this up to 6 speed, a high attack, right? Now here's where it gets interesting. If this attack is completely blocked, you get to destroy your rival's foundation. So again, you're having the ability to destroy your opponent's foundations as the game goes on. And of course, you know, foundations, you want to have them, right? So being able to destroy them is pretty cool. But then also, if your hand size, if your printed hand size is less than your rivals, this attack gets -1 difficulty. So that in itself is already cool as well, because again, Nomu only has a printed hand size of 5. The last card I quickly want to talk about is Relentless Barrage. Now, it's pretty cool because it's combo enhanced. Although you lose 2 health, remember Nomu has a big health pool, you can add one copy of Relentless Barrage from your discard pile to your hand. So if you've already used one in a previous turn, you can just go ahead and use that and then be able to pick up a Relentless Barrage and then go ahead again and play Relentless Barrage. So that's really cool. And then the other enhance is if this attack is blocked, your next attack this turn gets +2 damage. So there's a whole bunch of ways to pump up your attacks as Nomu, and it really fits his character fantasy. He's big, he's beefy, he can take a lot of damage, he does damage to himself, but guess what, he can also dish out a lot of damage. His speed is a little bit on the lower side for a lot of his stuff, so that's quite unfortunate. But yeah, that is Nomu. Those are the cards that really stuck out to me. Relentless Barrage is actually pretty interesting as well, because I was just thinking if I could use it in my Kirishima deck, because of course it is a punch attack in my Kirishima deck. I wanted to focus all around punches. But I'm not sure if I would be able to make space for it. Then of course I might have to change the symbols that I want to go for. But with that being said, guys, that's all for today's video. That's all for Nomu. Do you think Nomu is a good fit? Do you think that he's strong? Do you think that he's good? Are you excited for Nomu? I'm kind of indifferent. Like, I'm not probably gonna play a Nomu deck, but he definitely looks cool. He definitely looks fun. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And with that being said, guys, I will catch you guys tomorrow. But more importantly, you gotta go plus ultra. All right, go plus ultra, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.